Hi, we're back with another segment of a better version of you and a workout for you with Tony Maggio from the Weymouth Club. We'd like to thank the Weymouth Club again for the use of their facility and filming the show. And Tony, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And today's workout is going to be focused on stuff that you can do at home.
Yep.
And if we could, Tony, if you could just give the audience an idea of your background and how you got involved in fitness training.
Yeah, well, I started really working out in a health club in May of 1996, and this is where I ended up. I looked around different health clubs, and I saw the Weymouth Club on the Yellow Pages, actually. I grew up in Weymouth, but I didn't even know this place was here. So I went for a tour. I came in. I called up, and they said, come in for a tour. So I came in for a tour, and I joined, and it was great. And so I've been a member since 1996. And then in the year 2000, I decided to get certified to do personal training and really enjoy the workouts. In about 2002, I decided to go full-time. And it grew into this thing. I'm a full-time personal trainer here now. I got a more international certification with ACSM. It's the American College of Sports Medicine. In 2006, October of 2006, I got certified with them. So I have a really good certification now, much better than before, more in depth.
Now I know that there's in the test, and I've looked at materials from a lot of different organizations, and you know, not to elaborate on ACSM or ACE or anybody, you know, there's personal choices how you'd go about it. Yeah. But there's a lot, you need to know a lot of information. Yep. So this isn't, and we talked about this on another show, that it's not something you just walk in off the street and take this test. You need to know your stuff.
You need to know it. I took an extensive workshop and classes and things to really you know, learn as much as possible over the years, and that helped me to prepare for when I was taking the ACSM workshops and studying for that test. It helped all that background knowledge on different things like exercise physiology and the muscles and all the different things like that. And so, and then you're still always learning. But yeah, I really liked what that offered. The testing was pretty extensive. It was a computer-based exam, and they really mixed the questions up. It's not like organized, like, you know, it goes from one thing to the other. There's a lot of different things involved with the test. You know, I was really, I was definitely nervous, you know, taking the test, but I did it, and I was really excited. What a relief after I got that, passed that exam. But that was pretty extensive stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, there's nothing. And basically, I wanted to make sure that we brought that up, just because. And I know I've emphasized it before, but just to reiterate that the certified professional trainer is someone that understands this and knows how to put this together. And that's you want to make sure that you're going to someone that understands this. You've checked with your doctor before you start working out, and you got green lights all around. Don't start doing some stuff like you see on big time wrestling, jumping off of buildings and say, I'm going to be able to do this. You know, you know, and I just say that as a warning to people. All the stuff that we do on this show in fitness is all done through, and it's okay for me to be doing it, and I'm being shown by professionals. So, you know, make sure that you've got approvals on those things, and you know, you follow the techniques and so forth.
Yeah, what's very important as a certified personal trainer, as any of my colleagues can completely agree, is that when you are a certified personal trainer, you are a certified personal trainer. You never want to go out of your scope of practice. If a member, a prospective member comes in, or a client asks me, you know, about something that's sore in their body. It could be anything like a knee or a shoulder or anything going on with them. I am very careful never to diagnose anything that's bothering someone. I always refer them to their doctor or a physical therapist. We have a staff on hand, so I refer them to somebody that's that has those answers in their scope of practice. So, you know, and very often we have to get medical clearances depending on what the health history is. So we always stay within our scope of practice. It's very important.
Yep.
So I never diagnose any injuries and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
I know how to strengthen their muscles and, give them good guidelines and give them effective training sessions, but I just stay within my scope. That's something that's very important that all the certifications, ACSM really preaches that. So we try to just keep it safe,
Well, I know from any gym that I belong to, they always asked to have a sign off from a doctor that I could do this, and it was okay. Well, and then when I'm asking people, it covers everybody in of course, litigious society, but also that you're going to be safe in doing this. And the most important thing is to be safe. If we're going to become the better version of ourselves, we want to be safe in doing it. We don't want to be taking unreasonable risks or anything like that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Safety is a major thing. And just looking at the health history and what is a risk factor and what isn't, and what is going to tell you as a trainer, I need to get physician's clearance on this, because very often the physician is going to give you as a trainer guidelines where to keep their heart rate, where they should be at. So when there's a situation with a medical clearance, you're waiting for the doctor not only to sign off on them to work out, but to see if there's any restrictions. Sometimes they'll give no restrictions. Sometimes they'll give restrictions and guidelines that you as a trainer have to follow. Sometimes they would like to get evaluation results. So in that point, I would type up a letter for the doctor with some evaluation results on his or her evaluation. So when it goes to the doctor, then as a trainer, I have to follow the doctor's recommendations. So that's what we try to do. So it's very responsible.
I guess so. Being a personal trainer isn't a license to torture clients.
No, I believe.
And I just say that in jest. You're going to follow. Yeah. You really are focused on what's going on. You're watching. Yep. It's not just a walk around and and there's a lot of things. Yep. There's a lot that you bring to the table.
There is,
and that's the important thing.
I mean, some people think that they're so intimidated. They say, I don't want to get a personal trainer. I'm afraid. But I tell people that when they first come into the facility, that the best time to do a personal training is right away when you're first new. You have to, like what I do personally is I train a person to their capabilities. I don't go beyond that in that aspect. So I don't want anyone to be intimidated. The biggest thing is them feeling comfortable. But also there's a lot of aspects of the whole training process and how to correctly show someone the technique and the form and the safe way to do it. And it all starts with really what I always tell people is the psychological aspect of working out. And what that means is simply is that the pathways from the brain to the muscles. I mean, you have to really implement that. Anybody can go in and start moving their body around, but how you focus on a muscle is all the pathways between the brain and the muscle. So it all starts with that, and with that focus and concentration. It's really not just a physical thing. It really all is psychological. That's where it all starts. And that's the key. No shortcuts.
I just want to make sure that I'm following it well. I think what you're saying is that if I want to do a curl, then I'm going to be focusing on my bicep.
Yep.
And that's the muscle. Right. I'm not going to be going like this to yank. But focusing on the group that's going to be doing the stuff.
But focusing also means when you're doing the bicep curl, you're not thinking about what you have to do in a couple hours when you get home, because then you're not going to focus. So if you're doing the curl or any exercise at all, you have to focus on the muscle. That's where your concentration has to be. Right. If it is, then you're doing the right thing. It's an immediate response. It's the pathways from the brain to the muscle. That's how you're going to correctly do the exercise. Right. There's no shortcuts. I mean, you can watch all those infomercials on, I can take a pill and I'm going to look like, like an Olympian or the Incredible Hulk. You just can't. There's no quick fixes here. Yep. I tell everybody there's three main things. It's diet, cardiovascular, and strength training, and there's no shortcuts. You have to do all three properly in order to get to your goals, whatever your goals are. So when you come in and work with me, then I'm going to explain to you how to build a proper foundation, how that is. I mean, you can't build a house unless you have a good foundation. So how we build a foundation is giving you the knowledge, showing you how to focus, having the right form and technique, really crawling before you walk. You have to learn the right thing, and then we build from there. And you can't be impatient with it. You can't be impatient with it.
And so next time you see something on TV like that, you just cars going by.